Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast This episode. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct that just happened. It was awesome. It was super cool. We live reacted to it. Micah, are you ready to talk about it?
Yep.
Let's get into it. All right. So the Direct. First off, what are your overall thoughts? What'd you think?
Well, this I'm a little. My opinion's a little tainted because people kept trying to convince me that there'd be a Metroid Prime 4 news, and I was trying my hardest not to get my hopes up. But yet again, there was no Metroid Prime 4 news, so it wasn't as good as it could have been.
My hopes were high. I think I contributed to getting you into the
You did.
hype cycle because I was like, it's time. It's time. It
Like
makes
you,
sense.
you mentioned like there are rumors. Someone said something in Discord. I
Mm-hmm.
tried to look up. I found nothing on the internet anywhere about anyone saying a Metroid Prime 4 would be in this direct. I'm
Well,
like,
then
you
I
guys
just made
betrayed
it
me.
up. I made it up.
You knew you had to say something to get me up at 7 in the morning.
I'm bummed. I'm honestly bummed, man. I think that missed
I mean,
opportunity.
they
They should
announced some
show
games
something
from like spring of next year. I feel like that implies it won't come until
next fall.
later than spring.
It's not coming this year
It hurts. It
unless it's
hurts
like a
me.
shadow drop. But they wouldn't do that for Metroid Prime 4, right? Right. Who knows?
This better be like a 300-hour campaign.
Yeah.
407 different zones you can go to.
Uh, but I will say that besides my disappointment with that, I thought the direct was really solid. There was a lot of cool stuff announced, some surprises for sure. That I think a lot of things that I didn't see anybody call being in the direct. Um, but yeah, for sure, my favorite parts were the new F-Zero 99 announcement.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I haven't even tried that out yet.
Ooh! I'll talk about it in our. Well, I'll talk about it when we get to that spot in the direct. But I also was really pumped for Thousand Year Door
Oh
coming to
yeah,
Switch. It's like the one Paper Mario I haven't played. So
it's the best Paper Mario.
besides Sticker Star, but we pretend that one doesn't exist, right?
Just to clarify, you're not saying Thousand Year Door is the best Paper Mario besides Sticker Star?
No, I'm meaning the one I haven't played
Okay,
because I
I
haven't
just
played
wanted to
Sticker
make
Star either.
sure that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I think the part of the direct I enjoyed the most was Trombone Champ, but also I'm definitely not going to be buying that.
I was talking to my brother, and he's like, "Oh, I've got to get that one for sure." Because he played trombone in band in high school.
Oh, see how accurate it is to real life.
Yeah, I'm sure it's 100% accurate. Yeah. Well, let's just go through the direct kind of step by step here, and we can stop on things that we thought were interesting. Um, First off, we saw the Splatoon 3 Side Order DLC, which is coming in spring of 2024. Was that delayed? I feel like that was
I
supposed
don't
to be
think
this year.
so.
No, it was supposed to be next year.
I don't think they
Yeah.
ever had a date for the second part.
Yeah, I remember that. And everybody was like, why is it taking so long? Anyways, it
And
looks really cool. It looks fun.
yeah, it seemed. Yeah, I mean, it made me think of like Salmon Run, the little bit that they showed, but
Yeah.
with like they said single player and you could like upgrade your abilities. I want you to replay it, which is also kind of like Salmon Run.
Yeah.
So it kind of just seems like single player Salmon Run.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so that's kind of I'm looking forward to that. You and I both are fans of Salmon Run. I'm a big fan of Splatoon's campaign, so I think it's
Which you've
good
totally
combo.
finished, right?
I am very close to finishing, but I had fun with it. I've had fun with it. Next up, we saw Mario versus Donkey Kong, and Gotta say, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I've never played the March of the Mini series with their with the toys, and I don't know, I don't know much about this series. It's like a puzzle solving, platforming type game.
Yeah, I think I also haven't played them.
Donkey Kong's really into Mario toys, apparently, and so much so
Yeah,
that he's going to
got to
steal them.
steal all.
Yeah. So I don't know about this game because I think I saw that it was $60. So full price game. And I was like, I don't know. This seems like not a full price title,
It seems like a game that do very well in like the 3DS,
which is
which
what it
those
was
games
for.
weren't full price,
Yeah.
which is kind of why it seems extra expensive to me. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And in addition to that, you got games like WarioWare, which they showed off in the direct as well. This is kind of a re-showing of WarioWare, and it's like Move It, WarioWare, Smooth,
Smooth moves like the old one.
Smooth Moves too. What is it?
Where is it? I cannot find it on this
Yeah, I
list.
can't find it on our list. But yeah, that
Oh, the list scrolls down.
but that's
WarioWare Move It. Yeah,
WarioWare Move It. But that one's like $50. And that seems this seems like on par. I don't know if valuing games is really tough, but it just feels like a full price for a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game seems weird. And
yeah.
that's my 2 cents on that one. Next, we saw Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is coming in January of next year. You play Prince of Persia?
Nope. I've seen the movie.
Me too. Apparently, people hate the movie. I didn't think it was bad, but
Yeah,
I hadn't played
I
the games.
enjoyed it, but not. Yeah, I think not having the games might
Make
influence that.
make
I
it
don't know
better?
how faithful it was.
Probably not, right? When are these things ever faithful? So, yeah, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, but this is like a Metroidvania type Prince of Persia game, and
Yeah, 2D platforming,
all I remember is that they talked about time abilities, and then they didn't
and then
show.
they didn't even show it. Yeah, they're like control time or whatever, and then he just stabs some guy with a sword.
Yeah, you're like, what does that? What?
I'm not an expert, but I don't think you have to have mastery over time to use a
Just
sword.
stab someone? Yeah, nope, don't think so. You want to take? We can alternate on this list. You want to take the next one?
And then they showed off Horizon Chase 2, which is out now.
I don't remember this one. What was this?
That was I
Was it
don't
that
want
super
I don't want to
generic,
sound mean, but
that
it
super
seemed yeah,
generic
kind of like
looking
a
race car
mobile
game? Yeah,
racing game.
yeah. It's okay. We weren't interested in it. It wasn't for us. It wasn't for us. Um, then we saw Super Crazy Rhythm Castle. That looked interesting, like a multiplayer rhythm game, and that one had online multiplayer, I think, too, which was
Oh, was it online? I didn't
yeah,
even know.
which I like feel like that would not work very well. But that one looks interesting. I'll probably pass on it, but it looks good.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm going to be passing on a
A
lot of these
lot.
games, but essentially all of them looked good.
Yeah, I don't remember any stinkers, except for maybe that car one that we just talked about. In my opinion, I was like, that doesn't look like it's for me. Yeah,
They showed off Spy X Anya Operation Memories.
yeah,
This just says 2024.
yeah. It's a Spy X Family spin-off game.
Yeah,
It's a popular
I've
anime.
I've heard of the anime. That's
Probably
all I
be a
know.
probably be a fun game. Then we saw more of Super Mario RPG, and they showed off some new features, like some fancy battle animation mechanics, things like where you do like team attacks. And I don't know if those are actually brand new. They looked brand new, or if they were in the original game because I didn't play the original. So looking forward to this game. It's really beloved by the fan base, and it's sort of the grandfather of the Paper Mario series, which I'm a fan of. So yeah, We're actually eating good for Mario RPGs in this direct.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah, true. Although
At least
you and I
old
both
school
like, yeah,
Mario
you
RPGs.
and I both liked Origami King
Yeah,
well enough.
Origami King was actually fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, it had its flaws. It was no Mario RPG or any of the other Paper Mario's, but it was still good in its own right.
Probably my
Yeah.
third favorite Paper Mario. Or maybe my second favorite Paper Mario, if I don't count like, this is Super Mario RPG.
Yeah. Yeah. Hit us with our next game. There's not much to talk about with that one. We've kind of talked it all over before since it's been announced already.
Yeah, another code recollection, January 19th, 2024.
I don't remember this one.
I don't remember this either. I
Sorry, another
remember,
code.
oh yeah, it was the lady. She had white hair. It was like a two-pack thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, that was a game that came out for the DS or 3DS, and then the sequel never came out. And this is the first time
Like
it's
never
coming.
came to
Yeah,
the US or
to the
something, or
West.
never
Yeah.
came out of Japan.
Yep. So that's cool. If you're a fan of that series, you're gonna finally get an English translation of the sequel, which is cool. Next up, we have Princess Peach Showtime. So we got a title for the untitled Princess Peach game. And we got to see a closer look at what you're going to be doing in the game, which is essentially
Flipping
saving,
plays.
yeah, saving stage play by having Peach take on different roles, as in using different costumes that will give her different abilities. It looks fun. It looks cool. I'll probably be picking it up because my kids are
For
big
the
fans.
children,
My
right?
kids are big fans of Princess Peach, so it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It gives me old school Paper Mario vibes as well. Yeah, like action command type fights and things. So we'll see. What do you think of that one? Are you gonna pick that up?
We will see. Like I always say, I'll pick things up, and then sometimes that time comes around, and I'm like, I don't really have money, so then I don't buy them. But it definitely looks interesting.
Micah, you're so relatable. You're so relatable to the masses. I don't have money. Unlike me,
I try my
I have
best, yeah.
because I have so
Rolling in
much.
dough.
I have so much money. I'm bathing in it.
Yeah, you're gonna buy every single game
No,
in this
I
direct,
feel
right?
I feel so relatable to this right now. It's like, yeah, I would if I, just had disposable income. I'd buy out everything in the direct. Why not? But I don't, and so I pick and choose what I buy, and then pick and choose from that what I play.
Yeah.
Uh, What's next?
And they showed off Saga Emerald Beyond. Also just says 2024.
I don't remember this one, but I'm fairly certain it was in the 2D HD art style.
Yeah, I definitely remember them
We
saying.
had we had a
I
couple of
definitely
those.
remember like the name, but
Yeah, there
you
were a couple of those this
venture
time.
across 17 mysterious worlds.
It looked, if it's the one I'm remembering, it looked cool. Next, we saw Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, and sorry, starring Laura Croft. Why is
Yeah,
Laura Croft owned by somebody else? They always emphasize Tomb Raider starring Laura Croft. Is there a Tomb Raider not starring
they
Laura
just
Croft?
don't want you to get confused and think it's different Tomb
It's like
Raider game.
The Legend of Zelda starring Link. Can you imagine? That's how they titled every entry in the series. Um, this is a cool remaster. I like what they are doing with it. Updated visuals in a way that makes it more you can actually see what's going on. But if you want to not see what's going on, just like old times, you can
Yeah,
switch
they
to
let you
that.
swap.
Yeah,
Sound like they let you swap whenever you want.
yeah, it's true. So that's Tomb Raider. Not picking this up. I have no nostalgia for this series at all. I've never played them. Don't
I
really
just
care to.
I've played one Tomb Raider game, and Laura Croft has the absolute worst luck out of anyone I've ever seen in my entire life in that game. Every single time you walk across anything that could feasibly break, it breaks and like throws you off a cliff.
Nice.
I don't know how she was alive at the end of that game.
Was this
But
like the
then
new ones? Is that the one you played?
it was on the Xbox 360, I think.
Yeah, I think that the reboot they like really went crazy. But
And she
yeah,
got stabbed multiple times as well. I
yeah,
think she
okay,
got
it's that one. Yeah,
mildly
you
lit
played the
on
remake.
fire.
Yep.
It was wild. Back to the direct. They then showed off Detective Pikachu Returns,
Oh yeah.
coming out October 6th, 2024. Is that next year? Is this a typo? Everything here is this. How
No,
accurate are these dates?
that has to be wrong. You want to
I'm
fact
pretty
check that
sure
on
it's
the
this
side?
year.
Yeah, I don't know. But that one looks fun. I can't get over Detective Pikachu's voice, and you know what? I think I'm gonna get this one. I think I'm gonna do it just for the the joy of Detective Pikachu as a character.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's this year, 2023.
okay, okay. I was like, there's no way. We still need a year to polish. Like, okay, Pokemon Company. Speaking of, I think we breezed over. They did show off the teal mask, did they not? Or was that a different
Mhm.
point in the direct? And teal mask is out. We'll talk about that
Cares, yeah.
at another time. But Trombone Champ was the next thing in the direct. This game looks silly and fun. I might give it a shot. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems entertaining, but who knows how much staying power
Yeah,
it would have,
yeah,
how
for
much
sure,
replayability.
for sure. Um,
But it definitely seems like a good game to bust out with a group of people, for sure.
oh yeah, because you can play multiplayer and it sounds
It's
horrendous.
horrible. It sounds even worse.
Love it, love it, love it. What's
Uh,
next? What's next?
uh, Battle Crush coming out spring 2024.
This was a free to play arena fighter,
Ah, that's right. Yeah,
kind
the battle
of
royale
League
kind of
of
thing.
Legends style, something or other.
Yeah, with like
Okay,
Greek
again,
gods or something.
you couldn't pick a more generic sounding name for your generic looking game. Like,
Yeah, it's
uh, bad
is
choice.
this was this a mobile? Is this a mobile port?
No idea.
Is this? I mean, Battle Crush definitely sounds like
A mobile
they're
game?
going for like search optimization for if you're searching in like the App Store or something.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Not, I mean, that's not smart. That's devious, but it's smart that you thought that that is why it's named that.
That's what it sounds like. That's
Yeah.
just what it seems like to me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Next up, we have War Tales, which I don't remember much about this. Do you remember anything about this one?
There was a lot of war going on.
Was this the other 2D
It was
HD one?
I think it was a group of mercenaries in their search of wealth across a massive medieval universe.
Well, neither of us are picking this one up, I think, so we'll move on.
Yeah. Then they showed Contra Operation Galaga early
This
next year.
this looks pretty cool. It's like a remake or a remaster of an old one, or
I think so. That's what it sounded like.
yeah, it looks fun. It looked a little janky in its animations though, like the frame rate was struggling. This is like a 2D game. I don't quite I don't know what's going on over there with Contra, but I'll keep an eye on this one. I may pick it up. I'm a big fan of the original Contra games, so
Yeah, it looks like a fun multiplayer game.
yeah.
Or maybe just co-op,
Yep.
two-player co-op.
And then we have I remember this name, but I remember literally nothing else about this game, and that is Unicorn Overlord.
That was another one of those 2D, 3D
Oh, this was the one that was
RPGs.
very like Fire Emblem esque.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the voice
And then it
announcer is
comes out,
really
and I'm like,
intense.
this is like one of the most goofy sounding titles. This is how these games sell. They're like Project Octopath Triangle Strategy. And then they just leaned full in. They're like Unicorn Overlord. And then it's like a
Yeah,
really deep strategy RPG game with some like emotional story. They know their audience, man. They're they're making the game for them
Yeah, but I mean, that's just what you got to do now if you make a game like that.
for
Have
sure,
a kind of weird name.
for sure.
It showed off a little more Luigi's Mansion 2
Yeah.
HD coming out summer next year.
It looks a lot more polished since the last time they showed it off, so that's good to see. And excited to give this one a try.
See,
Yeah, because this is you haven't played this one. You played the first one and the third.
nope, yep, a big fan.
Yeah, and I've heard that this
Luigi's
one's
Mansion.
the weakest in the series, but I
Yeah,
mean,
I've heard the same,
when
but
Luigi's Mansion 1 and 3 are your competitors, it's a little hard to always be a masterpiece, right? Anywho, next off, they showed off the Nintendo Museum, which is opening in March of next year. And this was so random and felt so out of place. They're like, hey, just wanted to talk to you guys about the museum we're building at our
yeah,
headquarters. And like, it looks cool.
oh, cool, I guess.
When we inevitably do a Nintendo Palace trip to Japan, I say inevitably, willing this into existence, we'll definitely go to this.
Oh, for sure. And then they revealed two Tears of the Kingdom amiibo, which will be coming out November 3rd of this year.
Ganondorf and Zelda.
Half shirtless Buff Ganondorf.
You and I are both more interested in the hot Ganon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, he's a good character, all right? He's a great character in
Oh,
this game. But on the topic of amiibo, they did it. We're getting a Sora amiibo, and that rounds out the Smash Bros. Ultimate amiibo collection. Like
roster.
they've made an amiibo for every single one. I wasn't sure this was going to happen because Sora was like such a dicey IP to untangle from Square and Disney and that whole.
Yeah.
So glad that they were like, sorry, this is it must have been just written into the contract. Like if we get your character, we also get to make an amiibo of it because all of them get amiibos. All right, so that one's cool. I might actually pick this amiibo up to kind of
First, well,
memorialize.
I guess they do amiibo.
Yeah, to memorialize the hype and excitement and really capture like what Smash Bros. Ultimate did for me. I feel like it's kind of like a nostalgia piece for me. Man, such a great moment. The Sora reveal still is like one of my all time favorite things Nintendo's ever done. All right.
Was pretty good. I wasn't quite as excited as you, but
No, but you,
it's still pretty cool.
yeah, yeah,
Then they showed off a couple League of Legends games.
yeah.
Band Bandle Tale being the first one, which involves Yordles or something. Short, kind of fuzzy dudes
Yep,
from League of Legends.
yep.
That's pretty much all I remember. It's a crafting RPG
And then
set in the magical Bandle City.
the other game they showed it off was Song of Nunu, Nunna,
Nunu and
Song
Willem,
of Nunna, Nunu.
two well, it's like one champion in the game, but like two of the greatest characters. Because when
Nice.
you die, they have the saddest voice lines. It's like I don't remember exactly what they are, but they're like, "Don't go, Willem," and things like that. As
Oh, that's
they get
horrifying.
defeated, like, wait for me or something. I can't remember
Oh no.
what they are, but I just remember the voice lines are actually kind of sad if you pay attention to them.
Yeah, and well, the thing I remember about this one was that Willump, I think it's his like little creature guy.
The, yeah, the
He was like
Yeti
he was
King.
like dancing. He was grooving. That's all I remember from the trailer. And then we kind of already hit on this, but WarioWare Move It. I'm pumped for this. This is a day one purchase for me. I love WarioWare games, and Smooth Moves was one of my favorites. So yeah, all in on WarioWare.
But then they showed off Ayuden, right?
Yeah, we don't talk about this one because this
But
because
David
this because
Chronicles,
because
100
this game
Heroes.
screwed up our freaking
It's hurt.
fantasy league.
I mean, I know the rushed game's never good, delayed's better, or whatever that
Yeah,
how that
whatever,
saying goes.
whatever,
But
Miyamoto.
they could have
Rushed.
released this one a little rushed.
Yeah,
Assuming it, who knows? Maybe this will come out and they'll get like a 12 out of 100, and we'll be really glad. But probably not.
yeah. Then rounding things out with the direct, we have I'm just kind of breeze through some of these here. We got the Eastward Octopia DLC, which is like a Stardew Valley DLC essentially. Wargroove 2. They talked about a new mice faction. That looks cool. Dave the Diver. Uh, don't remember much about this one,
Yeah,
but
he's like a sushi chef kind of thing or something, and he goes and gets his own fish.
scuba. He's a
If I'm
scuba
remembering
diver.
correctly.
Yeah, yeah. We got more on the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 6, but I missed this part of the direct. Do you remember what we
And I
got out
don't
of it?
remember it.
It was
Diddy
Daisy,
Kong and Funky Kong.
Diddy Kong, and Funky Kong as characters.
And
Daisy
what's the
Circuit?
lady? Yeah, Daisy Circuit is the only one I remember from the
Daisy
tracks.
Circuit. So that's cool. Funky
And
Kong
then
being back in is so hype.
and there was also Pauline. That's the other one. And then some like gold version of Peach Head or something. I don't
Oh, they introduced 4 new characters?
think so.
Whoa, that's a lot. Cool.
That's you know,
Cool.
speaking of introducing new things. Among Us, they're adding the fungal map, like jungle, but fungusy.
And yeah, it's just a new map for Among Us.
With
It
fungus.
with fungus. There's a fungus among us. That makes sense, actually. I like that. And then we close out the direct with potentially my favorite part of the direct, and that was the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door port. Is it a remake? Is it a remaster? They didn't really say. It kind of just
Kind of
looks
a remaster, I think. I think it sounded like it's just updated graphics.
yeah.
They didn't mention any like new kind of gameplay stuff.
It looks good, but I kind of assumed it would because the style just holds up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it came on. I was like, I don't even know if this looks better than the GameCube version.
Yeah,
I assume it does,
exactly.
but
I'm like, I assume it does, but but just kind of looks like how I think the GameCube version would look.
yeah. And this is how the GameCube version looked back in the day when I first played it. To me,
Right. Before we figured out we needed glasses. Just kidding.
I figured out real early I needed the glasses.
uh, that is my must buy off of this direct. So if I'm buying one thing off this direct, it is the Thousand Year Door port, remaster, remake. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I'm so excited. The music in the trailer, the stuff they showed, I'm just so pumped to play it.
Sad for the heathens of the Nintendo fandom who haven't played all the great GameCube games.
Wait,
Excited for them to play this.
did we breeze over F-Zero? We did.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even on this.
That wasn't even on my list here. F-Zero 99. Let's talk about that a little bit. I played that. Um, it's fun.
Was it? It wasn't horrible, just getting absolutely slammed by a billion guys all the time.
No, you maintain decent control still, even getting slammed around. Um, but it's like so hard to get anywhere close to the front, at least from the bits I've played.
Yeah. Seems like once you get to the front, it would be a lot easier
And
without having to
also
do all that thing.
it has way too long of a tutorial. Way too long. Like, here, let's teach you the basic controls. You do a whole race, just you. And you basically just play the first level of F-Zero, just you. And it's like, okay, now let's try it with 25 players. Now let's try it with 55 players. Now let's try it with 100 players. So you do 4 like full races before you actually get to play with real people.
Mhm.
And as far as I have found, there is no party up system, which stinks.
Oh, blame you.
Can't like play
Well,
with
kind of
friends.
makes sense, so you can't cheat.
Yeah, but I was kind of hoping for like a private match
Oh,
type thing,
yeah.
like what they have
That'd be
for
cool for sure.
Tetris, like for Tetris 99. So I wonder how long this will last. I feel like hype for this will die pretty quick, but we'll see. It's really fun. The bits I played are really fun. It's what I want a Mario Kart game to be like. It's just chaos. There's so many cars, and it just fits the vibe of F Zero. Like it's really good,
Yeah,
but it,
I definitely have to give that a try.
but it feels really light in content, like most 99 games are. So
Yeah, I mean, it's the same like 5 minute or so gameplay loop.
yep, yep. But that's that. That's the Nintendo Direct. Micah, you got to give it a grade. What are you going to give it?
Mm, I'm gonna give it a B minus,
B minus.
but only because I mean I've already played Thousand Year Door like 5 times.
True. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna give this. I'm teetering on B plus and A minus. I am genuinely disappointed there was no Metroid Prime anything.
It definitely dropped the grade at least a little bit
Yeah,
since there's no Metroid
so I'm
Prime.
determining, does it drop it all the way down to a full letter to B plus, or does it just drop it down to A minus? And I think I'll just drop it down to A minus because there was nothing there except for my false expectations. It's not their fault. And besides that, like, I mean, look at everything in this direct. There was so much stuff, and it was all pretty good. There wasn't really any stinkers, and there was a little something for everybody. So, A minus, I think. Yeah, even F Zero fans got something this time.
That's
Yeah,
true.
even that. Yeah. Well, let's close out here, Micah. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Micah Prime on Twitch and YouTube.
You can find me at Andros1 on Twitch and YouTube. You can follow the show as well. Please be sure to rate, review, and follow us on all our social media platforms. We really do appreciate it. Uh, Helps us to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts and makes us feel better about ourselves when you do that kind of stuff. So, thank you for that. And we will close the episode here. Peace out, y'all.